Okay, so today we'll see the strings in C. Strings in C. So I was explaining that suppose I want to store one single character, char, ch. Okay, let's say I can declare in this way. So in this particular variable, I can hold only one character. Okay, one character. It's possible. But what if I want to store the name of any particular person? Name of any person, right? Now for that reason, I cannot hold more than one character in this particular variable, right? Now, if I tell you that, if I declare in this way, int x equal to 10. So this x can hold only one number, one integer number, right? But if I tell you that I want to store the roll numbers of 100 students, right? So how we will going to do? Obviously, we will not going to create 100 variables, but what we will do, we will say like this, x of 100, right? So we can create array of integer which can hold 100 values, right? So in a similar way, if I want to store name of a particular person, so obviously the name will be, let's say, 10 letter, 15 letter, 20 letters. Let's say suppose the name is of 30 letters, right? So what I'll have to do, I'll have to obviously create the character array, right? Create the character array of 30 letters. So in this particular character array, I can store multiple characters. Right? And then I can store the name of particular person. Clear? So let me show you this particular example. First, what I'll do, I'll store the name of any person and then we will try to display it. And we will be creating this character array. Okay, we'll be creating first character array. So whether this is clear to all of you, that for storing multiple numbers in one particular variable, we create integer array, right, or float array, whatever. Similarly, to store multiple characters in one particular variable, we can create character array, and there we can store multiple characters. So let's go to online compiler and I'll show you. So here I'll declare first char, let's say name variable only, and let me take 100 space because many people have a big name also, especially the South Indian. If you see the name, it will be very big, right? So it will definitely take more than 50 characters. So let's say char name and 100, and then what I'll do, I'll ask the user printf enter your name, enter your name. Okay, and then the user will going to enter scanf. We'll see percent %s, and here we will say name. Okay, here we will say name, and then printf. Let's try to display and say welcome to that particular person. So welcome percent %s, and here we will say name. So what we have done, we have taken one character array of 100 characters. In that I'm saying enter your name, the user is going to enter the name, and I'm storing the name and I'm trying to display. Let's run this. Enter your name. Let's say I'll enter my name and it's telling me welcome. Oh, right. So here, let me run one more time. Welcome. We can remove this from in between. Okay. Welcome, Sachin. Right. So this is a character array. And here we can store multiple characters in one particular array. We can store the name of the person. Now let's go to the explanation. Yeah. So now what is string then? String. So string is character array. Okay? String is character array or collection of characters terminated terminated with terminated with null character. Null character. Terminated with null character. What is that null character? This null character is nothing but like this. Okay, /0. This is called as null character. So string is nothing but it's a character array only, or a collection of characters terminated with the null character. So last character of the string will be always be what? A null character. Last character of the string will be a null character, which is the indication of the string as well as the end of the string, right? So the last character of the string will always be the null character. What is that string? String is what? Character array. What is character array? Just now we saw the character array. We can declare and we can store multiple characters in that particular array. So whether this concept is clear, string is clear to all of you. What is string? String is nothing but character array and terminated with a null character. Okay. Now what we will do? Okay. Now if you see here in this particular program, I took one name, right? And I said, welcome, Sachin. Now I will do what? I will declare one character array variable, and or let me check in this way. If name is equal to Sachin, printf both are equal, else both are not equal. Okay. So I'll run this particular program. I'll clear this. Enter your name. I'm entering Sachin. Now tell me, once I'll enter Sachin, what will be the output? All of you, tell me the output. You can write. You can write in the chat box. What will be the output? See, this is my program. I've taken one name from the user and I'm entering the Sachin, and here I'm comparing with the Sachin. If both are equal, then it will print both are equal, else it will print both are not equal. So what will be the output of this program? Can you tell me? Welcome Sachin, both are equal. Rishikesh has given reply. That's it. Not equal. Adit Deshmukh. Adit Deshmukh has given not equal. Conrad, both are equal. Okay, let's go to the program. So enter your name. I'll enter Sachin. I'll run it again. It's displaying welcome Sachin. Both are not equal. Okay, displaying both are not equal. So what is the problem? Why it's displaying both are not equal even though both these strings are same? Even though both these strings are same, then also it's not showing that both are equal. So there is some issue with regards to this particular equal to operator. So we must understand this thing first. So what I've done, I've stored in name, I've stored Sachin, right? And then there is a string constant, one string constant is there, and that is declared as Sachin. And what will happen? See, this is a character array. This is what? A character array. Character array. I told you that character array or the string is what? It's the array name. The array name will going to point to the first character address, right? So this is a pointer. It's a pointer. It will be pointing. The name of the array is a pointer which will be pointing to the first character address. Okay, so it's nothing but it's a pointer, and it will be pointing. So it will have the address of the first character. It will have the address of the first character. Now I am having the one string constant, and it will be located somewhere in the memory. Okay, somewhere in the memory. So now when I compare this name equal to this Sachin, right? So this name will have the address, right? And obviously this will not going to be equal to this particular, because this equal to will do the reference checking. This equal to will do the reference checking. It will not do the deep checking whether, so this equal to checks whether both the pointers are pointing to the same, whether both are pointing to the same variable or not, right? This name is pointing somewhere else, and this string is somewhere else in the memory. And remember, in C language, even though both the strings are same, it will not be treated as a common. Every string is immutable string. It will not going to change. Every string will be stored separately in the memory. So this will be stored separately in the memory, and this will be stored separately in the memory. Their addresses will not be the same, their references will not be the same, and hence when this equal to operator will try to check the references, and both the references will not be equal. Okay, if you really want to check whether both the strings are equal to or not, you can do different things like, just wait, you can do what, either you check character by character. Okay, so I'm having Sachin, and in name I'm having Sachin. So you can do character by character checking, and then you can finalize whether both the strings are equal or not, right? The second thing is what, there are some string functions, inbuilt functions. Okay, inbuilt string functions. So you can use those functions, and you can check it with those functions whether both the strings are equal or not. So don't use this equal to operator for checking whether both the strings are equal or not. So there is one function, string comparison function, strcmp function. It will take two strings, let's say s1 and s2, and then it will try to compare both the strings, whether the first string is greater than the second string, or whether the first string is less than the second string, or whether s1 is equal to s2, right? So it will going to produce three outputs. It will going to produce three outputs. The first one, if i'll compare if I'll compare yes, s1 and s2, if the output is positive, okay, if the output is positive, then s1 will be greater than s2. If output is negative, then s1 will be less than s2. And if output is 0, then s1 will be equal to s2. Okay, So we're going to use this particular function strcmp function. Both two strings will be having s1 and s2. If s1 is greater than s2, then positive numbers we will get. If s1 is equal to s2, we will get zero number. And if s1 is less than s2, then we will get negative number. So let's see. Let's use this particular function, strcmp function, and we'll see the output. So here we are entering it, and what we can do, we can write over here strcmp, okay, name variable, and then Sachin we are having. We can say if equal to 0, right? If this is equal to 0, that is, we are passing two string to this particular function strcmp function, and then it will compare it. If we'll get zero number, that means both are equal, else both will not be equal. Clear? So let's run this. Enter your name. If you see here, welcome Sachin, both are equal. Welcome Sachin, both are equal, right? uh, if the first string is greater than the second string, so we will get the positive number. So in that case what will happen, we can do in this way. Let's say suppose I am having one integer variable int n, okay, and I am saying here n is equal to strcmp, and this is name. Let's say I'm comparing with the Sachin. If n is greater than 0, printf string 1 is greater. Else if n is less than 0, printf s2 is greater. Else printf both are equal. Both are equal. Both are equal, right? So let's try this. Enter your name. Now I'll enter, let's say, okay, I'll enter test. Welcome test. String 1 is greater than, string 1 is greater. So in string 1, that means test is there. And in string 2, Sachin is there. So why, on what basis it has given the output that string 1 is greater? So it must be doing certain kind of arithmetic, and then it's telling you that the first string is greater than the second string. So let's try to find out what is hidden in this. We'll go to the board. I'll just clear it. Okay. So here I am having in name, I am having test, and another string I am having Sachin. So what it will do, it does checking by character, and it try to check the ASCII value. Okay, ASCII value. We know that for capital letter it start from 65, right? And from small letter it start from 97. Now the first letter is T, and here first letter is what? S. So obviously after S T comes, right? So S ka ASCII value will be less than T. Okay, will be less than t. Hence, when strcmp function will try to compare character by character, okay, it will try to compare both the string character by character, and the moment it will get the difference, it will say that that particular string is greater or small, right? For example, here in the first letter only, it got that the t is greater than s, right? Because it will simply do what? It will try to find out what is the ASCII value of t, okay, and what is the ASCII value of s, and then it will subtract it. If it will get positive difference, then that means, I told you, if the positive is there, if the output is positive, then the first string is greater than the second string, right? If the output is negative, then s1 will be less than s2, and when it's equal to 0, then s1 will be equal to s2. So this is a simple comparison. One by one character it will take. It will find out the ASCII value, and depending on that subtraction, what it will do, it will decide whether the first string is greater or small, or whether both the strings are equal. Okay. I hope all of you have understood. So there is one function strcmp function. There is one more function, that is strcmpi or stricmp function. Stricmp or strcmpi function. CMPI function. So this I denotes for ignore case. Ignore case. So for example, if I try to compare Sachin versus small Sachin, so here it will show me that the second string is greater than the first one, because its ASCII value will be greater than the capital S, and it will tell that S2 is greater than S1. But we know that both the strings are same. If we really want to do the checking based on even ignoring the case also, then in that case we can use stricmp function. Okay, let me show you the example. For here, we already have Sachin over there, and I'll enter a small Sachin. Okay, so if you see here, string 1 is greater, that is a string with small letter s is greater than the capital letter S, because a small letter s ASCII value is greater than the capital letter Sachin. Okay, so we have studied two function, that is what, strcmp function, or you can use stricmp function. So stricmp function, let's say suppose I am using here stricmp function. So here I'll write I. It has not turned into color, so let me put I over here. Let's taking or not, stricmp. Mhm. Not taking. Let's include string dot h. Hash include string dot h. No, it's not taking, but there is a function, one strcmpi function or stricmp function, which ignores the case. Okay, which ignores the case. Mm, let me check in Turbo or any other compiler is there. Copying from here, pasting it. Here also it's not identifying. To check string functions. Okay, it's not showing, but there is one strcmpi function. Let's see on the turbo. Whether my screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Let's take this one. Let's remove everything. Here I'll take the name and printf. So enter your name and then we'll scanf. So I'll say percentage. Remember, we are saying percent, and then we are not saying am person name. Okay, we are not saying am person name, but we are saying name. So remember this in string. Okay. Now I'll try to check. So I'll take one more variable int n, and I'm saying n is equal to stricmp. Okay, and let's say the name, and the second I'll say Sachin. Okay. If n is equal to 0, printf both are equal. So I've written only this much. I know I'll be entering Sachin with small letter and then I'll be checking. So let's run this. Enter your name. Let's say I'll enter small Sachin and see it displaying both are equal. Okay. So this strcmpi function or stricmp function, you can include string.h, and then you can fire this particular function. In that online compiler, it's not there, but there is a string.h library in which all these string functions are available. Where there is this function which ignores the cases. I mean, whether it's written with a small letter or capital letter, because the comparison will be done on the ASCII code basis. And if we'll write the name with the small letter, then definitely it will show you that string is greater. So it will not show you both the strings are equal. So if you want to do the checking, you can always do the checking with the help of this strcmp I function or stricmp function. Even this will going to work. So let's run this. Yeah, I'll enter small Sachin and it's telling me both are equal. So let's go out from here. Okay, if you see a few more string functions are there, like strcpy function is there, strcat function is there, strlength function is there, then strchr function is there, str function is there. So for example, which are important, this one is important: strcpy function, strcat function, strlength function, and strcmp function. So at least these four are very very important for you all. So we will have to do this one. So for example, let's say we will see this particular str length. Now strcmp function and strcmpi function I have explained, and what output it will going to give me, right? So let's see str length function, then strcat and strcpy function. So in the exam, the question may be asked that explain with the help of example different inbuilt functions of the string. So you need to explain all these functions. Okay. So let's see now str length function. So str length function is like we pass any string to this particular function, it will give you the length of the string, right? So let's directly see the demo. Here, okay. I'll clear this. So let's say some string we will going to enter. I'll put over here str, one variable, and some string we will going to enter any string. I'll write enter any string. So user will going to enter the string, and I have I have declared one int n variable, and let's in this n call this str length function and try to determine the length of the string. So what I'm saying, str length str, it will give me the length of that particular string in n, and then we will print this. Printf string length equal to %d n, right? So n will be having the value of that particular string. Let's run this. So enter any string. Let's put the same Sachin. Length of the string is what? 6. If you see, if you count the total characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So length, str length function does what? We know that the string will be terminated with what? Null character. String will be terminated with the null character, and character string is array is what? It's a string only. So whenever we press enter, at that time what happens? The null character is get inserted automatically at the end of the that character array, right? So for example, here when it says enter any string, when I am entering the Sachin and I am pressing the enter, at that time the null character is getting inserted in that particular string. So now when we determine this str length function, it will ignore the null character, and it will count the total number of characters, right? So many times for applying the for loops and on, we have to determine the str length function, that is the length of the string, then only we can apply the for loop, right? Then we can understand how many characters are there in that particular string. So this is the str length function. Then there is a strcat function, right? Strcat function, which what do you mean by strcat function? So it's like concatenate function. So two strings it will going to join. Okay, two strings it will going to join. So let's take two string. Let's say here string one, and then char. So here only I'll declare str2, right? So I have taken two strings, and then what I'll do, I'll say here enter two strings, enter two strings. User will going to enter, we will going to store it, %s, str1, comma, str2, right? Two strings we have stored. Let's try to display both the strings. Printf, first string, %s, str1, second string, str2. Now we will do what? We're going to join that both the string. So if I say printf joined string %s, and here I am saying strcat and s1 comma s2, s1 comma s2. So I've called this strcat function on s1 and s2 both the strings, and it will going to display me the joined string. I'll remove this one. Let's run this. Is there any problem? S1. Okay. str1 is the name. str1, str2. Let's run it. Enter two string in and going ahead. Try here. Let's run this. Enter two string. Whether this screen is visible to all of you, I'll, yeah. So I've run over here and I'm entering, let's say it's Sachin first. Okay. Let's say that second string I'm entering Sachin Kumar. So now if you see the output is what? This one is the joint effect of strcat function. This function which I've used, strcat function. So it will going to join both the strings together. Okay. If I wanted, I could have joined with the space also, and then in between I could have got the space. So remember, strcat function is what? Str string concatenation function, which will going to concatenate two strings together. It will come. Here it's not coming. Yeah, now came. So if you see here, it's got joined. This is the effect of strcat function. So we have learned what? We have learned different functions, like first one we saw strcmp function, strtmpi function, then strcat function, then str length function. Str length function. Now there is strcpy function also. strcpy function, which will going to copy two strings, right? So it will going to copy one string into the another string. Remember this, that when you use strcpy function, it copies string s2 into string s1. For example, if you pass two strings s1 and s2, it will copy string s2 into string s1. So one more thing is there, if whatever strings are there inside that particular string, let's say in s1, if you are already having any string, that will be deleted. Okay, that will be deleted, right? And a second thing, you must understand that you must have the enough spaces to hold the second string inside the first one, right? If the proper space will not be there, then string will not be inserted properly, right? So you must have the proper space. strcpy function, if you pass two string s1 and s2, s2 will get copy inside this s1. Okay, so it's always good to use strcpy function if you want to copy one string into the other. For example, if we say like this, let's say I'm having name 1 and name 2, right? If I say name 1 equal to name 2, then this string will not get copied to the first string. Okay, this is wrong. We cannot do in this way. Either you copy one by one character, you apply the for loop, you take out one by one character, and then you do what? You copy from one second string in the first string, or you can use the strcpy function. strcpy function, and in that you can pass s1 and s2, both the strings. Then s2 will get copied. S2 will get copied to s1. I hope you got this idea, right? So let's try to copy. Here we are entering string 1 and string 2, and then we will going to copy, let's say, in place of this. Okay, not in place of this, let it be there, one more printf file, right? And here I'll say, first I'll do copy. Okay, first I'll do copy. So it will not return anything, so it's good. We'll say strcpy string 1 comma string 2, and then we will print string 1 in 1. Let's run this. Here we will write after copying. Enter two string. First string Sachin, second string Kumar. If you see here, joint string is Sachin Kumar, that's okay, strcat function effect. And then after copying, so what we did, the second string we try to copy in the first string, and then we are printing the first string value. So obviously the first string value will disappear because we are overwriting on that one, so we will lose that particular data, but second string got copied in the first string. And if you also want to print the second string, you can print it. This is string 1 and this is string 2. Let's run this. String 1 Sachin, string 2 Kumar, right? So if you see join string is Sachin Kumar, after copying string 1 is Kumar. In fact, string 1 was Sachin, right? And after copying string 2, string 2 will remain the same, right? It will not be affected, but where the destination will going to change, right? So source will not going to change, where we are copying that particular will going to change. So all of you understood these all string inbuilt function. Is there any doubt? String inbuilt function we have covered. So if there is any doubt, you can ask me. So whatever functions I have covered, those functions we prepare well. Okay. Now what we can do, how we can loop through the string, and then how we can write the different functions. Okay. So for example, suppose I am having any string. First thing I want to know how many characters are there in this string. Obviously, with the help of strlength function, sorry, strlength function, I can get the length of the string, but I don't want to use the strlength function. I'll use what? I'll use the for loop to calculate how many characters are there in that particular string. So let's see that. I'll show you over here only. So for example, let's say suppose I'm having in name Sachin. Okay, Sachin. So we know there are six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters. And what we will do, we will declare one int I variable for looping. If you want, you can also declare count variable, right? If you want, you can declare count variable, but with the help of I also it will come. Let's declare count also, count. Now I'll write for I equal to 0. Then I can also I can also apply this particularly while str of, I'll write over here, while str of I is not equal to this null character. I know that the last character in this particular string will be what? A null character. So I am checking while str of I is not equal to null character. Till then, I'll do what? I'll say count plus plus, count plus plus, and let's declare count by what? 0. So I've declared count as 0 until str of I is not equal to null character. I'm saying count plus plus, and then when it will reach to this particular null character, this will be terminated. So in the count, I'll be having the total number of characters, right? So this is how we can iterate through the each and every character of the string, right? Let's say suppose you want to simply print the characters of the string, like suppose you want to print first S, then A, then C, right? Separately each and every character, you can loop through in this way. So let me show you directly the demo. You will understand. I'll clear this. Let's say only one string. I'll mark this as here. I'll say here enter the string. I'll require 1%s. Okay. So I'll need one I and count equal to 0. I'll do what? While str of I, is not equal to this null character. Till then, I'll do what? Count plus plus, and let's finally display this. Printf length of the string is %d count. Okay. So let's run this. Enter the string. Chain. Can somebody tell me what is the error in this particular program? There is one error. There is one bug in this. I'll again run it. If you see, nothing is coming. So there is one error. If you can point out, anybody can point out what is the error in this particular program. I want to count the number of characters in the array, in this character array. Can anybody tell? See here, it's not showing me the count. It's not showing me the count. So very purpose, I think it might be not going inside this particular loop, because I have not declared, I have not initialized I value. So let's initialize this I equal to 0. Let's run it. Still it's not coming here. I don't know, some problem is there, I think, with this one. Let's go to some other compiler. Let's try to run on this. I'll copy this. Okay. This was the error. I mean, this bug was there, right? If we will not declare I equal to 0, then from where the character will start, right? It will not enter inside the, because it will take any garbage value. Enter the string, let's say Sachin. Not displaying. I think I'll have to start turbo only then. Okay. Let me check on turbo. Turbo. This one. Okay. So here, char s1, let's say I'm having 100. Int I equal to 0, count equal to 0, printf, enter any string, scanf, %s, str, not str, s1, and then let's write while s of I is not equal to this null character, I'll say count plus plus, and then finally I'll printf length of the string percent d count. Here I'll require getCS function to see the output. Let's run this. One error is there. It's S1, okay. S1. Enter any string, let's say Sachin. Oh, it went in infinite loop, I think. Can somebody tell me what is the issue? One more bug is there in this particular program. I understood what was the problem. Can anybody tell me? Yes, one very basic problem is there. I was ignoring that. I mean, can anybody tell me? I tried on both the compiler and it's not showing the output. Okay, let's see here. If you see here, the I variable I am not incrementing only, okay? So if I'll not increment, how this particular character will be reached, right? Because this will be there at the end of the string, and I'm not incrementing the I value. I'm incrementing the count. I just forgot to increment that. It will never going to reach to the last value of that particular character, right? So I must increment that also. You don't forget this one in while loop to increment. Otherwise, it will not going to reach that last character. Let's run it. Okay, so length of the string is what? 6, right? So since it was not I plus plus was not happening, and then it was not reaching to the last character, and it went in the infinite loop, and it got stuck over there. I hope all of you must have understood this. Using char, that's okay. The problem was with the loop, because I was not incrementing, right? I plus plus, so it was not moving to the next character. It was there on the first character on the I of 0, and it went in the infinite loop. So it's very important during while loop. You must increment. You must do the updating statement in the body, right? And initialization before the while. Okay. Uh, so I hope today's session will be clear to all of you. I'll stop the recording.